Hey everyone, welcome to week 11. Well, I can't believe it's week 11. That means that the race is getting close. There's really just two more hard weeks, and this is one of them because we have a key brick workout this week. Again, if you can't get this in for some reason, your weekend is tied up, make sure you get this in maybe next weekend, but get this workout in. Okay, so what is the workout? It's going to be a 45-mile bike ride or 3 hours, the lesser of the two, so whichever comes first. Within that bike ride, you're gonna do 20 minutes, that's a little bit harder than race pace, and then you're gonna do 20 minutes that's a bit below race pace, and you're gonna do that 3 times. So it's a pretty steady ride. Above race pace doesn't have to be super hard, and you don't want the easy stuff to be too easy. So what you want to do is just, vacillate between race pace. And the reason for that is I want you to really identify what race pace feels like. So I want you to be a little bit above, a little bit below, and really tap into that feeling so that when you're in the race, you're moderating your effort really well. Now, those of you who may be using a heart rate monitor, you can use heart rate to help you with that. If you know that you want your race heart rate to average about 144, let's say, then maybe you want to do the harder stuff around 146, 147, and then the easier stuff around 140, 141, somewhere around there, and just kind of go between the two. If you're using a power meter and you want your average power, let's just say to be, 195, then maybe you want to ride, let's say like, one a little bit higher, maybe you want to ride around 200 to 205 watts and below, 5 to 10 watts below that, so 185, 190, and just kind of swing that way. But also, if you're using heart rate and or power, really, doesn't mean you shut off tapping into the perceived exertion and how that feels. So I want you to really correlate the two. Okay, so you're gonna do 3 sets of that. That's gonna be a total of 2 hours. So then you have, a little bit of warm up time in before that, and maybe some easier race pace effort at the end as well. And then after getting off the bike, you're going to do the lesser of 11 miles or an hour and a half. So if you're running 11 miles, I think it would be about 9-minute pace. No, 9-minute pace would be 10 miles in an hour and a half. So 11 miles, you would need to be running probably 8s to 8:10s around there. If you're running 9-minute pace or slower, you're going to go for time, so an hour and a half. It's always good to do these. If you don't have a course set up, you can do it as an out and back, so it makes it really easy if you're running an hour and a half. If you run 45 minutes out, turn around and run back. Or if you're going by miles, 5.5 miles out, and then you're going to get your 11 miles. Within this too, you may be really tired and you may just need to do that run just, at a steady state effort. If you're feeling pretty good, run 3 miles, moderate pace, and then 2.5 miles, pick it up just a little bit. You don't have to pick it up, it's not speed work, but pick up the effort a little bit, go between moderate to moderately hard. So it shouldn't feel very taxing, but I just want you to step it up a little bit. And then you're gonna do that twice. So you're gonna go 3 miles, then 2 to 2.5, then back to 3 miles moderate, and then finish with 2 to 2.5. The hardest part of the workout is gonna be getting back on the bike. So it's the lesser of 15 miles or an hour. And of course, the big question is, why are we doing this? Well, the reason for doing this is, let's say you're going by mileage and you get in a total of 60 miles in this workout. It will feel in your legs like you got in 80 to 90 miles of cycling. So it's a way, without riding 80 or 90 miles, it's a way to put that feeling into your legs and into your body. And so you get the benefit of really an 80-mile bike ride because you're getting on the bike after this, long run. And it's gonna be tough. Your legs are gonna be sore, maybe your low back's gonna be sore, your glutes are gonna be sore. You'll probably also notice that your speed is way down. Your speed might be 5 miles an hour average lower than what you normally ride at. And don't worry about your pace, your speed on this second bike ride. Just get out there, try to get your legs spinning. You can ride as hard as you want, but you're probably going to be very tired and you're probably going to be very slow. But just, stick it out. Get in that 15 miles or get in that hour because you're going to be better athlete. You're gonna have a better race for doing that, even though you probably won't want to be out there. After doing the workout a number of times, every time I do it, I'm like, oh man, this really sucks. But that's what, training, a lot of times we want training to be harder so that the race feels a little bit easier, right? And this is, again, one of those key brick workouts, so it's not meant to be easy, and you should probably be quite tired afterwards. The other 3 main workouts of the week. Now, if you can only get in one really solid workout, this key brick workout is the one you want. But let's say you have a lot of time to work out and you're feeling good, you're feeling fresh. Swim workout, 6x300s. Again, want these to be at that tempo pace, that threshold pace. You want to push yourself. You want them to be even paced. 30 seconds rest between them. The bike ride is another one where it's 25 minutes, just a little bit harder than race pace. Again, doing this, sustaining that 25 minutes, a little bit harder than race pace, is going to make your race and your actual, what really is race pace, because you're in the race. It's going to make that feel a little bit easier. So that's why we're doing that. And then the run, 2 sets of 2.5 miles at your 10K pace, with a mile in between, nice and easy to moderate. That's your recovery mile, your active recovery. And then your second set of the 2.5 miles. Okay. There are, of course, some other workouts in the week. These are your main workouts, especially the key brick workout. Getting this brick workout in is going to make you're going to be thankful for this workout once the race day comes. So as hard as it is, get it done. Try to do it with some friends if you can. Recruit some people to join you. And it's an excellent opportunity to think about your race, your hydration and your nutrition plan. And then as far as the bike ride goes and the run course, take a look at the race you're doing, look at the profile, and if possible, you can then, choose a bike course around where you live that mimics that. Possibly. It's not always the case. We can't duplicate a race course perfectly, but if you're riding a pretty hilly race, then try to do this bike ride on a more hilly course. If the run is super hilly run, maybe try to find a hillier run. You'll be a little bit slower, but you want to try to train in the way that the race conditions are going to present themselves as much as possible. It's not too critical to go overboard and research that to death. Just getting in this workout, regardless of the terrain, is going to leave you better prepared for the race. All right, as always, any questions, throw them in the comments. Thanks a lot.